Okay everybody, this will be the fourth and perhaps the last video in my series to introduce Xiangqi. In this video I will be talking about the various aspects of Xiangqi and perhaps introduce to the non-Chinese speaker several areas or even disciplines or sub-disciplines in Xiangqi that you might not be well acquainted with. Okay, before we begin, why play Xiangqi? From an ancient manual, Invincible after training in the caves, it was suggested that there were 3 gains by playing Xiangqi. You gain a healthy body, you gain a good position, and you gain the ability to think correctly. And modern day benefits of Xiangqi: it is a getaway filled with excitement from the mundane world. At least it is for me. It's a chance to train and exercise your mind, practice logical analysis, understand and appreciate the culture of the Chinese even more, and etc. This slide is perhaps the most important in this video. The study of Xiangqi encompasses the following. There are about 30 odd basic checkmate formations or basic kills, as would be the direct translation of the Chinese term 基本杀法. There are many books on opening theory and many opening tabiat, and also books on mid-games alone and books on endgame theory and tabiat alone. And it has been suggested by many Xiangqi experts that there are at least 150 endgame situations that should be mastered. And they are all these but considered the basics of endgame theory. Then there are the ancient manuals, which there are still about 30 odd extant. Endgame compositions or puzzles is another very huge branch in Xiangqi, whereby the pieces are arranged into various puzzles for people to solve. The art and beauty of these endgame compositions is tremendous, and I will guarantee that I will make many videos or have even more introduction to this section. Then there's the history of Xiangqi and the culture of Xiangqi, which affects everyday life in the normal Chinese, in the average Chinese. And as with the age of the internet and computers, Xiangqi and computers have become an increasingly popular discipline, whereby there are many papers that are written quite often. Okay, some simple strategies in Xiangqi. Before we begin, a strategy is defined as the central idea in one's play, and a strategy should always dictate the tactics that should be used in Xiangqi. The strategy in Xiangqi can be broadly summarized into the following few. Attack to win when you have a clear, distinct advantage. Defend and try to aim for a draw if you are at a disadvantage. And cover up your weaknesses and wait patiently or create chances proactively to try to increase your advantage until there is a way for you to win it. This is done especially when the game is equal. Xiangqi is based on the wars fought in ancient China, and so many military books or manuals that were written in the ancient times can be applied. For example, one very commonly used or quoted passage from Sun Tzu's Art of War would be 习之善者先为不可胜，以待敌之可胜，不可胜在己，可胜在敌, which means that the skillful warrior would make sure that your enemy cannot win before the chance to win appears. You would have to shoulder the responsibility for losing, while the chance to win is dependent upon the enemy. Now this is my translation. Where to look for more strategies? As mentioned before, Xiangqi was based on the warfare in ancient times, and there are 7 military classics in Chinese literatures that are all applicable. and I think quite a few can be googled for free in PDF form, or there are even some YouTube videos that have translated them into English, which I have published or posted on my Facebook account now and then. Some simple tactics to be used in Xiangqi. A fork, when one of your friendly pieces can attack two or more of the enemy pieces at the same time. For example, the horse in this case will be forking both the two black chariots. The elephant will be attacking both the black cannon and the horse, and the chariot will be attacking both the cannon and the horse at the same time. One peculiar fork that the international chess player who is interested in Xiangqi might not be so acquainted with would be the fork by the cannon. A fork by cannon would be something like this, whereby the cannon would attack two different enemy pieces in the same line. It can be a vertical file or a horizontal rank, as in this case, and this tactic is quite often seen in various opening systems or opening positions. A pin. A pin would mean that you use a friendly piece to threaten two enemy pieces. Okay, and a piece is skewered when after attacking it will reveal a less important piece whereby it can be captured. There are many more tactics that are used in Xiangqi which are beyond the scope of this video. I will make a video or videos about them later on. And as an example of a basic kill as mentioned earlier will be the double cannon checkmate. The double cannon's checkmate is perhaps the scholar's checkmate in Xiangqi, whereby most Xiangqi beginners are introduced to. It takes only 4 plies just to apply it. It is a checkmate in this case because the cannon at the rear will be attacking the enemy king. The enemy king is hemmed in and cannot escape the same file. If black moved another piece, say the advisor to the centroid, this cannon would be delivering a check to the black king. So this would be in effect a checkmate. How popular is Xiangqi? The diagram shown on the right is a screenshot from Tiantian Xiangqi, perhaps the most popular Xiangqi app there is. This screenshot was taken at 1 AM about 1 or 2 years ago, and at that time it was considered to be off-peak, but there was still over 80,000 players on the site alone, and that was only for Xiangqi. As for other variants, you can see the numbers here, and there's some people engaging in active competition. During the daytime, the number could just simply multiply many folds. In one of the live transmissions of important games, it was estimated that there were at least 2 million viewers online just to see the match. What about the major Xiangqi tournaments in the world today? They can be divided into the tournaments in China and the tournaments outside of China. In China, perhaps the most important will be the Chinese National Individuals competition, whereby the winner will be promoted to Grandmaster immediately. There are several other more major tournaments in Xiangqi, including the Biguiyuan Cup, which is an invitational tournament for past national Chinese champions only. The Yangguangling Cup, which also consists of an international tournament and also a tournament for pros and an open tournament. The Xiexia Cup, which was held in commemoration of the centenarian Xiexia. Xiexia has also been mentioned as in chess.com and other articles because he was perhaps the first ever person to introduce international chess into China. For the tournaments, for the major tournaments, winners take home a purse of maybe 10,000, 15,000 renminbi, and the amount of money keeps on going up. And thus far, the biggest purse there is at the time of the production of this video will be 1 million yuan. It will be from the Chua Hanjie Cup King of Xiangqi World Tournament, which is an invitational tournament whereby the Chinese national individuals champion is pit against the World Xiangqi Federation's individual champion. And the tournament the match is only held once every 2 years. And there are several international tournaments also. In the past, since the 1980s, the Asian Xiangqi Federation has been the major force in holding the tournaments in Asia and other countries. And with the establishment of the World Xiangqi Federation, international tournaments in Europe and the United States have also started to sprout. And perhaps one of the more notable international tournaments is the Hanshin Cup Xiangqi International Masters Invitation. It is held by the authorities in Huayin, Jiangsu, which is the birthplace or the hometown of General Han Xin. Okay, so where do you play Xiangqi, as in over-the-board play? There are many groups that have posted. There are many groups in Facebook whereby they hold they will announce times where they will play Xiangqi at specified locations or venues. They can be found on Facebook, and I've seen other groups on Twitter and also some other major social platforms. And there are the Xiangqi associations, and especially those in Europe, Belarus, Germany. In particular, Mr. Sergei Kochitsky of Belarus has been very actively promoting Xiangqi in Belarus. And do check out any local or nearby associations that you might have from the WXA, the World Xiangqi Federation website. I'm sorry for the typo. For me, I usually play my Xiangqi as online because of my work commitments. Perhaps the most friendly website now would be www.playok.com. It has an English interface and also several other languages as mediums, and the general feel of the website is quite user friendly. And then there's the app for Xiangqi, the Tian Xiangqi app, which can be downloaded, but it has the disadvantage that it must be linked to a WeChat account or a QQ account in China. However, this app is perhaps, in my opinion, the most important and the most widely popular used app in the world. There are live broadcasts of Xiangqi events, and there are several resources for Xiangqi in the app itself. So far, the app is in Chinese, and www.itsyourturn.com offers correspondence Xiangqi. There are many games on the website, and Xiangqi is one of them. There are still many other apps or websites which offer Xiangqi as one of their games, and many can be found through Facebook or even Google Shop. For learning Xiangqi, if you want to learn Xiangqi yourself, there is unfortunately limited resources in English or other languages other than Chinese. I have been writing and managing my site, www.xqinenglish.com, for the past 8 years now, and I think it's one of the biggest resources in English that you can have. There are over 2,500 pages to date, and I have my own Facebook account, my YouTube channel, and also I have started Twitter recently. The World Xiangqi Federation website offers many free PDF in English for you to study, and there are also various Facebook groups and some with English interfaces or in English medium, whereby you can study or relate or just chat about Xiangqi. There are also quite a few YouTube videos. Some are quite good in introducing Xiangqi. As for forums and discussions, most of the Xiangqi forums or discussions that I know are limited to Facebook and some tweets on Twitter. Thank you all, and I hope that this short series will open your eyes and doors and ears to the world of Xiangqi. And thanks again for your patience, and I think I will make more videos in the near future. Thank you.